Hello, everybody. Excuse me. Good evening. How are we doing? Good morning and good afternoon. Of course, you are watching from different parts of the world. Welcome to Real Talk with Bianca. My name is Bianca Ayila, and I'm your host for today. So I'm always, excited for another episode. So this is episode number 32 of Mindset, Your Roadway to Health. And guess what? As usual, I'm never alone. I always have somebody that will come to inspire us, educate us, you know, with their story and, share their journey of health, how they've been able to do it so far. So tonight I'm not alone. I'm with one wonderful gentleman that is all the way from Houston, Texas. And actually, your information, I'm streaming from Dublin, the Republic of Ireland. So, wow, this is amazing. So, I'm looking forward to hear his amazing story. And I also would advise you to stay tuned to hear what he has to offer with for us tonight. Okay. So, I'm just going to bring him onto the spotlight now. And hello, Mr. Edward. You are welcome. I will say good afternoon from your side. From my side, it's good evening. You're muted. Please unmute yourself and kindly introduce yourself to our audience. Who is Mr. Edward?
I'm sorry about that. Well, I'm equally excited, Sister Bianca. Let me just clear my throat a little bit. I'm sorry about that.
Me too. I need to do that. It's very warm today.
Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for affording me this opportunity to be on this very, very wonderful and exciting platform. I believe it's called Mindset, Your Road to Health, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
your roadway to health. Yes.
Great. Let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is Edward S. Kitondo. Those who know me fondly call me ESK. I actually am a dad, I'm a granddad, and I'm also an entrepreneur. How so? I have three beautiful children, 29, 33, and 28. And I also have three grandchildren. Besides that, I am actually out here in Houston. I have a day job. And besides the day job, I also, manage my home-based tax business. And again, besides that too, I consult on a part-time with, one of these online tax companies. And I'm a jack of all trades, very fearless. And I believe I can take on any other jobs or commitments that will benefit, people's health as a way to contribute towards, giving back for the Lord, good God, giving me such a wonderful health and situation in my life. At 60, to be next year, it's wonderful. It's exciting.
Wow. Wow. Well, if you're okay, I'll call you Mr. ESK because I've discovered that nickname. It's easier. All right, Mr. ESK, thank you so much once again for accepting to come and share and inspire us on this platform. It's a pleasure and delight to have you. Well, a jack of all trades. I believe you're a master of all because they say master of none, but with you, I believe you are a master of all. So I'm really excited and looking forward to hear you share. Thank you for telling us about yourself. I can see your hands are really quite full. So tell me, how do you manage to do all this? You said you are working and you have all these businesses on the side. How do you manage to put all these things together? And tell me, just share with us, what is your secret?
First and foremost, I just want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
It's my good health.
Mm-hmm.
Health is everything. Without health, you cannot manage to do what you want to do. What is wealth? What is, there's a saying, somebody said, what is, you can put up the best makeup, you can have the best,
Mm-hmm.
of, riches and everything else. But if your health is not good, then you won't manage to do what you want to do. So basically, it's health. Let me share one quote from Victor
Mm-hmm.
Frankl. Victor Frankl is a very well-known author, and he was actually uh, incarcerated in the Auschwitz concentration camp. He
Mm-hmm.
says, one thing that cannot be taken from a man or woman
Mm-hmm.
is the ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. I'll say that again.
Wow.
One thing that cannot be taken from a man or woman
Mm-hmm.
is the ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Now, what do I mean, or what am I trying to say in that quote?
Mm-hmm.
We undergo so many challenges and circumstances in our life. And it's up to the way we respond, up to the perspective we create or pursue, given these circumstances. That is what is going to either make us fail or succeed. You asked your question, how have I been managing to do what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
My mindset has been, as long as I am living and as long as I'm in good health, I want
Mm-hmm.
to maintain a positive mindset. And maintaining a positive mindset is welcoming every situation with
Mm-hmm.
a mindset that, yes, I can tackle it. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I have a why. In short, that's my answer.
Wow. Thank you so much for that intelligent and brilliant answer, because obviously, your thoughts, the way that you conceive and accept and look at life, will determine how you do in life. Because that's why I love this topic mindset, because I believe it's key. It's key to anything and everything in our lives, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And now tell us, you've told us the corporate side. Before we jump on to the main topic, which is our subtopic for today is men's health, right? Before we jump into that and you share your story as well, just tell us just a little bit about, maybe in a minute, what do you do to relax, and, what helps you with your mental health? Because I believe our hobbies, they do play a very great and a major role. That's why I asked this question, because I find it very relevant.
Mhm.
Your lifestyle, what you do apart from your corporate life, it has a direct excuse me, impact on your mental health, isn't it? So please just share with us, what do you do to relax when you're not working? What do you do?
That's a very good and very important question, because
Mhm.
your state of mind determines what your day is going to be. And the most important thing to me is to thank the good Lord every day that I wake up, every day
Mhm.
that I wake up. Others would call it meditation. Others would call it connecting with the universe.
Mhm.
It has all sorts of beautiful names, but for me, it's prayer. Prayer grounds me. And secondly, I want to keep my body active. I want to eat well. I want to have it given the minimum 8 hours of rest that it requires. If I have
Mhm.
to work, I don't want to stretch myself to a level where I break down. I have to listen to my body. In short, that's what I do.
Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. I love what you just mentioned, because I normally say that, so our body always gives us these warning signs, these signals, but we usually ignore them, and we'll just say it could be something as simple as a headache. Then we say, let me just take maybe paracetamol and shut it down, then I'll be okay. And I have learned that, once there's something that comes, people, sometimes people think, they say that I'm overreacting, you know I don't just look at a headache as just a headache. Now, when I have a headache and it's continuous, to me, I think it's a sign that something is wrong somewhere, maybe
Definitely.
more serious than that. So
Definitely.
I would really go maybe to the doctor to investigate and find out, okay, what is really really happening, what is really going on. Because and I love you mentioned that, because so many people, our bodies will be telling us, no, that okay, now you've overdone it. You feel like you're tired, you feel like your whole body is like broken down into pieces, but
Mhm.
you still want to just take temporary solutions instead of going to investigate further what could be the cause of that thing. All right, now I'm just going to jump over and go to my next question, and tell us what you have for us with regards to men's health. How is men's health important? Because I know there's a lot of men out there maybe that don't take their health as serious as
Mhm.
women do. Can you just share a little bit? Let's hear you from a man's perspective. Over to you, sir.
A very, absolutely very important question too. You know, as a man, I'll start from this perspective. We are brought up to internalize our feelings.
Mm-hmm.
We are brought up to not accept the fact that our bodies need that renewal at some point.
Mm-hmm.
As men, we feel we can go on and on and on and on. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Cultural beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Why? We also just have this family mentality that has been passed on from generation to generation, that as a man,
Mm-hmm.
you have to stand your ground. Now, for me, as a man standing up here talking,
Mm-hmm.
as a black man, so to say, but generally I represent every man because we are all the same. But I'll kind of slide on the aspect of us black men because it's very unusual at age almost clocking 60, talking about health, very unusual. But Sister Bianca, believe me, I was also brought up in the same kind of scenario and
That
background.
mindset.
The
Uh-huh.
mindset,
Yes.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to talk beautifully about where I am
Mm-hmm.
right now, but if I shared with you where I was, which I'm going to, it's going to amaze you. So to just be quick and respond to your answer, or to a question rather, men's health is healthcare. That's the way we should treat it. And
Mm-hmm.
if we took it and maintained or nurtured it that way, I believe would have a different perspective altogether. So let's change our cultural beliefs and approach. Let's change our family, habits that we've actually adopted from generation
Mm-hmm.
to generation. We can do better. It's a combination of our cultural, no, let me not say cultural, it's a combination of our social and nutritional habits.
Mm-hmm.
To answer you, we can go deeper into other issues concerning nutritional and social habits, but for now, I'll leave it there.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much for sharing that valuable information. You know, there's one thing that you mentioned that I love when you're talking about, let's get rid of cultures and old eating habits that we've grown up with. That's why I normally say that, doctors, they will say that, okay, maybe if there's diabetes, there's blood pressure, it runs in the family. And I've got to discover that sometimes, yes, it could be genes, but mainly why? Because you grew up with a certain like diet, right? And that diet, as you grow up, obviously, even if you get married, you transfer it, because you will say, tell your wife, this is what I like to eat, this is what I'm used to eating,
Agree.
prepare this, prepare that for me. And
Agree.
you are carrying on, you know um this mindset of, okay, this is what I'm used to, this is what I like to eat, and I'm going to carry on eating. It's been working for me. So this is what we are trying to break, and
Right.
to get people to think about it and look at, to shift their mindset when it comes to
Right. Right.
diet.
Right.
Because if I'm if I like look at the statistics of people that are dying, mostly, if you look at it, most of the time I hear funerals, it's men that is dying. And this is very, very worrying. It is very, very, very worrying. I'm not saying that women are not dying, women are dying too. But if you see so many men that are dying of cardiovascular related, issues, it will show you, because all they care about is working, providing. They don't look after themselves. They don't look after their mental. They're just having this thing that, okay, I'm the man, I must just provide, I must be strong. So even if as a man, the person is not feeling well, they are just forcing themselves, because I know a man doesn't want his ego to be bruised. So they will do it in every way to say, okay, I don't want to fail my family. But sometimes, like you said earlier on, that you need to listen to your body. If your body tells you that, no, 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 I need to take a break, I need to rest, you need to take it easy and
Yep.
take that rest. It's very, very important. It's very important for that.
True.
Thank you so much for that intelligent, answer. Now, I
Appreciate.
want to hear that amazing story. Tell us your before and after. Share your journey with us. If you can start from birth. What as you were growing up, what kind
Well,
of food were you eating? Were you
mhm.
someone that was loving fruits, vegetables? Did you exercise? What were you into fitness? Share a bit of us until where you are right now. My ears are just itching, and I believe our viewers, our viewers, ears are itching too, to hear what you have to offer to us.
And thank you very much for that question again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
let me just put a caveat to, or rather, an insight to
Mm-hmm.
just give you a perspective of where I've been
Mm-hmm.
when I was there and where I am now. You're
Mm-hmm.
looking at a window of 2 years. You're looking at a window of 2 years. So 2 years prior, you can surmise I
Mm-hmm.
was in a different place altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably go back and say, probably about 10, 8 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I was actually 250 pounds.
Wow.
250 pounds. That's about 115 kgs.
Mm-hmm.
I never cared about my eating habits. I worked 24/7 in my little basement office.
Hmm.
I never cared about exercising. And when you have these issues, weight issues, eating issues, and trying to be like the jack of all trades without
Oh,
taking care of your
trades.
body,
Mm-hmm.
you have issues of weight that crop in. I was eventually diagnosed with DVT, and it was actually caught at a point where I would have actually not been around.
So can you just
Sadly,
break it down? What is DVD for those viewers that don't know what DVD is? Would you like to expatiate a bit?
well, DVT is deep vein thrombosis. It's the clotting of the veins.
Okay.
What usually happens is if you are not hydrating your body, if you're not exercising, you are putting on weight issues, blood clots. And if it clots, depending on what area of the body it clots at, that can even affect or even, go way down, either gets, jammed up
Your
either
heart.
in the heart or in the brain. And of course, the result is deadly. That's the point at which I came to. And well, it was caught. I was taken care of in as far as being put on medication, so to speak. But I was still spiraling in that world. 2 years ago, in September, a friend of mine introduced me to this opportunity. And that person is my upliner, Phyllis. And she knew about what I was going through. But I was saying, well, vegetables and fruits. I eat vegetables and fruits. And sadly, that's what everybody says.
I know, isn't that everybody's song?
They are eating vegetables and fruits. And then to cap it all, there was also this other opportunity of the business aspect of it. But I said, okay, let me jump on it. From September to December, I was on, the powders. I only started seeing improvements because of the other aspects of taking care of myself were concerned. Well, improvements were setting in, and I said, well, why shouldn't I take it further? Before I go there, let me just give you a perspective of what other issues were also, I was also going through. I was also going through constipation issues. Because naturally, when you're not oiling up your body, just like if you're not oiling, a vehicle, it's going to get jammed. Embarrassing as this, issues may be, but you have to talk about them. It's health. And it led to a situation where, releasing myself was like, suicide, so to speak. So these are improvements that I've seen. I'm not making any medical claims, but all I'm saying is that after being introduced to this opportunity, I flooded my body with good food, aside from the powders that help so much. Here I am now. I'm also doing 10 shred, which I started doing probably about 10 months ago. It has helped me so much. 10 shred, shred 10 rather. Shred 10 is a program where you are going to avoid taking foods that don't give you any benefit, don't add any value or benefit to you. Processed foods, avoid any caffeine, any sugars, that kind of foods. And then also keep your body hydrated over a period of 10 days every month. But the good news is for me, I found the first 4 months of 10-day shreds to have been so helpful that right now I'm probably living on a routine 10 shred.
Wow.
Or shred 10 rather. And on top of that, I'm also keeping a hydroponic garden, a tower garden in my home. I grow vegetables in my house. It's just from tower to table. I have a very clean and good meal. It's only that in the last couple of weeks, I've had to restart the whole, tower garden, so to speak. I would have probably shown it to you. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks, when the plant starts growing, I'll be able to have an opportunity to show you what I'm doing. So this is the process that I've gone through. And on top of that, I've had to ensure that my mindset is actually, in a place where not only am I minding about the food I'm taking in, but I'm also minding about the state of my mind. Every morning, I have to have that quiet moment in my life. Every evening, I have to take a walk. And the one thing I want to do and share with you is this. I don't want to be part of that bandwagon of do as I say, not as I do. If you watch my Facebook posts, if you watch my Instagram posts, they actually walk you through my daily life experiences that I share. from 250 pounds within 6 months, or within 8 months, I was able to bring myself down to 200 pounds.
Wow.
And I do actually chronicle all my experiences. Why? Because I believe it's not only about you getting, the money aspect of it. Yes, at some point you have to be compensated. But the most important thing is to have an impact,
Health is
on your
wealth.
neighbor. They're going to watch you and say, how has he done it? I'll chronicle all my experiences and they will be able to understand. And, it's something I love doing, not because I'm just doing it because I'm pushing myself. I love doing it because the returns are immense in terms of health. The returns are immense. You are giving back to the community.
Wow.
I won't say much from there, but I guess the discussion continues.
Wow, thank you for sharing that powerful testimony. Wow. So you came from 250 pounds to 200. So it means you've lost 50 pounds so far. Wow,
Yes,
congratulations.
yes.
Congratulations for that. Now, there's one question that I want to ask you because I know so many guys when you tell them about the product, they will tell you, "Oh, I eat enough," or I eat organic food. So, were you ever skeptical? Did you give Boss Lady Phyllis a hard time? Did you give her a hard time to be convinced? Were you skeptical at one stage when she was sharing about the product?
I'll be very honest with you, Sister Bianca, and I guess my business partner is going to kill me for this one. I was very skeptical. I just said, okay, let me just accept it because she's a friend, But deep down, I was very, very skeptical. It took me a good 6 months to realize that I was actually in the right direction. From about September to December, I said, okay, maybe something is happening. I was still in that state where I was trying to convince myself, maybe something is
Yeah.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
But Sister Bianca, believe me, I'm not looking back. It has been
Wow.
a decision worthwhile taking. And right now I can walk with a chip on my shoulders and say, I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing.
Okay, that's wonderful. At least 6 months. There are others they wait 1 year, 2 years. Hopefully, with you, it was only 6 months. So, what would you like to say to those people that are still standing on the fence, that are still skeptical, that say, "Oh yeah, I don't take medicine," or those that say that I eat enough fruits and vegetables? What would you just like to say? What word would you give them? Why do they need to get this product?
These products, Sister Bianca, and everybody listening out there, is not medicine.
Mm-hmm.
In the Garden of Eden, way
Mm-hmm.
back when we were created,
Mm.
there wasn't any food other than plants. We've
Mm.
survived on plants from time immemorial.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'll make this bold statement. When we eat animals, we're actually overstepping. When we eat meat, we're actually overstepping. We are better off eating plant food. I'm making this bold statement because, yes, meat is good. Yes, chicken is good, sausage is good, and everything else is good. But even the meat, the sausage, and all the other animals that we feed on also feed on plants. So for me, plant food is food that you cannot regret taking. Plant food is plant food. Yes, our products are not in the state of plants, as it were, Our products are treated in a way that those nutrients are retained. Those nutrients are retained to the max so that when you take them, you are like just eating plant food. Plant food has so much nutritional value for us. Yes, others will say it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you say it's expensive, go ahead and take anything that you take. Then look at your doctor's bill that is going to come on your table. So if you are comparing taking care of yourself to managing a doctor's bill, that's your choice. And again, this opportunity doesn't just give you good health benefits. It also gives you the opportunity to make a little bit on the side and also to influence, to be an influence in the way you live, influence your neighbor positively, that they also become healthy. I mean, what can you expect beyond that?
Wow, that's so amazing. Thank you so much. I believe those that were still skeptical today, they will take that bold step to reach out to whoever shared this video and, tell them that, yes, if there was anything that we talked about that you did not understand, feel free to reach out to us and ask questions. We are more than happy to tell you. Thank you, Mr. Edward, for sharing that, you know, to answer for answering that brilliant question with a brilliant answer, because I mean there is nothing which is more important than good health, because you can have it all in this world. You can be the richest man in the world,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't buy health. You
Yep.
cannot.
Yeah.
There are people that are billionaires, millionaires, but they got to a certain state of health that, not even their money can
Mm-hmm.
buy their health. So
Yeah.
you rather be healthy and be wealthy as well,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they must balance. These two things, they work hand in hand, because
Yeah.
the lack of money can make you sick also, because
Yeah.
you'll be stressed out, you end up having blood pressure and all these,
Yeah.
you know these funny illnesses. And there's one thing that I just want to mention to people that always say, okay, that think our products are for weight loss. Why is it important for us? I'll ask you my last question before we go. Why is it important for us to to maintain a healthy weight? You just shared there that you started experiencing different things like constipation. Like myself personally, I noticed that weight loss brings a lot of things. I had blood pressure because of that. I ended up even having that same constipation. Mine was chronic. I had chronic, and it was as bad as having piles, hemorrhoids. It was like really severe and serious. So that is why we encourage and teach people, try and maintain a healthy weight according to your BMI. If you are tall, it's okay if you are in a certain weight. So it's according to your height and your body weight. That's how they calculate your body mass index. You need to go that. I mean, most of us in the European world, we have access to at least one full medical check per year. Take advantage and use it. Even if you are well, you're 100% okay, just go and get yourself checked, because there are some illnesses that hibernate and they just come out once, and if you're not fortunate, you can just lose your life. Not everyone gets that opportunity. Myself, if I'm to share my own experience, I never felt sick. I just got sick once and I was diagnosed with blood pressure and kidney at the same time. But I was never chronically ill for one day. I'd have a headache, cough, like everybody. So don't think that because you've not fallen ill, then you tell yourself that, oh yes, I'm 100%, I'm healthy. No, 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 no. I'm telling you this, I'm sharing this from my own personal
Experience.
experience. So what we're about is about educating us and gearing you to be the best version of yourself. Because
Healthy.
if you are healthy, I was at that stage in my life where I was smelling like a chemist, because I was under so much medication that I started hating myself. The way
Wow.
I looked, I was overweight. When I look at the mirror, I
Wow.
hated myself. you know. But now with this amazing product, I'll say, because my story is long, I'm not going to share, I'm just sharing these short
Yeah, yeah,
snippets.
yeah.
You know, I'm at that place. I was a size 2022. I've come
Mm,
down to a size 16, and even size 14 fits me now. And it's an
yeah,
ongoing journey because I'm short. You
yeah, yeah.
understand? It's still an ongoing journey, you know, and I'm loving it. I'm loving myself. My confidence has been boosted. You know, I used to get very angry when people were telling me that, oh yeah, you are fat. You know how people, they can talk. They'll give it to you straight. They won't hide it. They used to tell me, oh yeah, you've gained so much weight. I know, you know, sometimes we are in
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
denial.
yeah.
You know, we
Right,
are in
right.
that denial. We don't want to
Uh,
be told that. But you
uh,
know what? Sometimes, you know, when we are saying it, it feels like we are nagging and annoying.
that's it.
But
That's it. That's it.
I'm telling you, once you lose that weight and maintain a health, you will see how much energy you get back, how much better you are going to feel within yourself. Having a healthy weight has so much health benefits. Look at how you are glowing. Your skin is glowing. No one can even
Thank
tell
you.
that you are going to
Appreciate.
60 years. Like you look like you are in your 40s, but you're telling me about to turn 60. I cannot believe it. You look great. You look
Thank you.
amazing. You know, and keep up. I like to say, keep up the good work. Keep up the good
Thank
work.
you.
Like, I mean, people that know me, they say, "Oh my God,
Uh-huh.
you know, you lost so much weight." Like, I
Mm,
grew up with a slim body, but of course, you
uh,
know, African slim, you understand? But you know, now I when I'm dressing, I'm just stepping out. I'm walking
yeah.
out of my house, feeling confidence, sure of myself because I
Yeah,
look
yeah, yeah.
great. But when everything is just bulging everywhere,
Yeah.
you know, when you're walking, sometimes when they're even calling you to take pictures, you just want to run
You
away.
feel uncomfortable,
You
yes.
don't want to be in pictures because you know
Uh,
everything will be just the things that you don't want to show. They'll be showing out. You
yeah.
know. So I'd say, you know, try. We're actually, most of us, I started my shred tent today. So if you want to join me or Mr. Edward, we have support groups, or whoever shared this video with
Sure.
you, just reach out to that person so you can join us on that journey. It's not only about weight loss. This
Mm,
shred tent is going to help you. Like you say, I always say a body is an engine. You need to be serviced. It needs to be serviced from time to time, you know, and you need to give it the right fuel. You know, you can't take a petrol car and put diesel in it. What's going to happen?
mhm.
The engine is going to knock, right? It can
That's it.
drive for a short distance. After that, what's going to the engine is going to knock. So same applies to our body. Let's look after our body. Thank you once again, Mr. Edward. Our time is fast spent. I really
Sure.
want to say massive thank you for joining us. What is your last words that you want to leave with our audience before we go off in just a minute?
Yes, thank you for that one. I would actually like to just top up on the aspect or the issue of weight.
Mhm.
Um, you know, there's one doctor I listened to one of these calls who said, if you take a tape measure around your belly button,
Mhm.
and if you measure 40 inches and beyond, then you know you've got a problem
Hmm.
because you have a lot of fat in there, and that fat is like a toxic storage,
Hmm.
generating all sorts of issues, all sorts of problems, diseases.
Mhm.
This is how we should look at our weight and manage our weight. And for the sake of our US listeners, I don't want to say weight loss because of our laws do not allow
White
us to talk about
management. Mm.
weight management. Yes.
Mhm.
So it's important to manage your weight for several reasons, as regards, especially for us men. We are so prone to issues of high blood pressure, cancer issues, and diabetic issues. This is what you're going to do we're going to avoid by managing your weight. And I would also like to also mention on the part of weight aspect of it.
Mhm.
When I brought down that weight from 250 to now 200, about thereabout,
Mhm.
there's one thing that I actually managed to do, and that was to do away with my blood pressure medication, which I was taking for 3 years. until
You forgot
about
to
two
mention that
months
one.
ago. Yes, until about
Wow.
2 months ago. You know,
Wow.
this is for real because I've documented that too. My cardiologist had said for a long time I struggled with him for about 6 months. He was asking me
Mhm.
to say, no, Edward, you can't. I said, no, I'm confident I can. So when I dropped my weight, he gave me a homework, so to speak. He says,
Mhm.
tabulate, tabulate your blood pressure readings for the next 1 month.
Mhm.
And I did just that. When he looked at the results, his
He
answer
was
was,
shocked.
wow, wow. Edward, do away with the blood pressure medication. I'm blood
Wow.
pressure medication free right now.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Right.
amazing. Congratulations.
Yes.
You forgot to mention that important
Well,
aspect.
I
I know
apologize for
sometimes
that.
these things, sometimes when you have so many testimonies like me, some of these things you forget them.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. That is amazing.
Mhm.
For 3 years, you're on medication.
That
And
that
how
has
long
been
did you say
good.
it took you before the doctor took you off the medication when you're
Um,
on the
he
product?
he gave me a condition that I bring down my weight, and I was able to bring down my weight from 250 to about 200, 205 thereabout, and then thereafter he said, "Now, give me a rundown of your daily blood pressure
Mhm.
readings." And specifically, he told me, "I don't want you to use any blood pressure reading machine." He says, "I want you to use a premium blood pressure reading machine, which is going to convince me that yes, your blood pressure has come down."
Wow, wow. Congratulations for that. That is a great
Yes,
thing because blood pressure leads to so
mm,
many other issues as well.
yes,
So if you're
definitely.
already off that medication, this is great. And I'm so delighted for you. Myself also, I was taking 10 different types of medication. I've come down to
Yes,
two. So, I'm grateful to God for coming across
very,
this amazing,
very.
product. So it's people like us,
Mhm.
that shared, just like we are sharing with you right now. If you are able to try and this help you, you are going to also go ahead and share it with other people to help. Let's
Definitely,
help to heal our
definitely.
nation using food. Because I said we need to eat our food. I used to eat, I like to say this, I like to
Mhm.
repeat it. I used to eat medicine as food. But
Wow,
now I'm eating food as my medicine. So
wow.
what am I saying? I was taking 10 types of medication. Now,
Mhm.
because of our capsules,
Mhm.
I've reduced. I'm eating my capsules, my whole foods, plant-based nutrition. It
Right.
has helped me to get rid of 8 of these from 10. Isn't that amazing?
Wow, wow,
I don't
wow.
smell that chemist like a chemist anymore. So, what else? I bring these people here to come and tell their story. I don't want to tell third part story. I want you to hear from the horse's mouth. Because if I tell you mine, you might say, okay, because maybe she's lying. So
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
you to hear from different people's mouth. Let them share their own personal story. Remember, we're saying we're not doing medical claim. We are sharing our real story, what we've experienced, what we've gone through, and which is real. And we want you to enjoy what we are enjoying. We are not selfish.
Right.
Prevention, remember, is better than cure. So, God
True.
bless you all. See you again next Tuesday for another episode of Mindset Your Roadway to Health. And see you Thursday for another episode of Mindset Your Roadway to Wealth. So, if you want to know more about finances, join us on this Thursday. I have a brilliant guest that will be coming to share her story, her journey from the Republic of Ireland. We are going to start at 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. UK time, which is 9 p.m. European time, and 3 p.m. USA time. So, if you are looking for a way to supplement your income, I know the inflation is on the rise. Everyone is looking for a way for a plan B. So if you want to learn more how you can do it, join us on Thursday for another episode. For those that don't know, we have 2 of these shows. Tuesdays normally we talk about the health aspect. Thursday we talk about the financial like aspects of it. So thank you once again, Mr. Edward, for joining us, and our beautiful boss ladies and boss men that are here in the Zoom. Thank you for joining us, and God bless you. See you again. Have a brilliant evening or have a brilliant afternoon,
Thank you.
depending on where you are watching from. Goodbye.
Thank you.
See you.
Goodbye.
So
Bye bye.
goodbye, and remember to like, to comment, share, and to subscribe to the channel.